Hey guys, another video on political parties. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about the formation of political parties. What does the Constitution say about political parties? Nothing, right? It's not mentioned, and even George Washington in his farewell speech warned the nation of these political parties. Ironic because they were formed underneath his own nose, with the Federalists created by Alexander Hamilton and the Democratic Republicans that were created by Thomas Jefferson, which were within their cabinet. Which, from that point on, from 1791 to present, we have what's called that two-party system because it's two major political parties that dominate and control the government on a national level. Well, we talk about different political parties, and the two major political parties that we're talking about modern day are the Democrats and Republicans. And what are the different ideologies of each one of these groups? And we'll take a little bit of a look on that, the major issues on that. Let's do the Democrats first. Now, we're going to go ahead and see that if we had to go ahead and take a look at where Democrats would go ahead and focus a lot of their time on and their resources on, it's going to be healthcare. Making sure that there is a universal healthcare, that the government will go ahead and give everybody a healthcare, even if they can't afford it. We are also going to see that they are all about entitlement grants. Now, if you remember, that entitlement grant is money that is given to people just because they can apply for it and they go ahead and they meet certain qualifications. Things like welfare, unemployment, WIC, women, infant, and children. These are Section 8 housing. These are some of the entitlement grants, that money that is given directly for aid to people. Social Security, to make sure that there's going to be Social Security left around for people whenever they get to that elderly age. Also, civil rights. So we see that the Democrats are more for civil rights movements than we see that the Republicans. Why is that? Because minorities tend to go ahead and favor the Democratic Party over the Republican Party. Okay. Especially when you consider that the Democratic Party during the 1932 especially went through a huge realignment period, which is a period when the electoral will have a huge shift. And in 1932, we saw that the Democrats became the Republicans and the Republicans became the Democrats. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the views of the Republicans. We see that the Republicans mostly are white evangelist Christians with good old traditional family values. We're going to go ahead and see that they are for tax reductions for the wealthy. We are also going to go ahead and see that they're all about giving money, but not in entitlement grants. They want to go ahead and give money to people to go ahead and have them better themselves. Like, don't giving money to go ahead and have them get education and training to better themselves. Releasing more public lands to go ahead and have people farm or ranch on those areas, not just giving them money like subsidies because, they are doing bad. So these are some of the major differences between. Now, since 1970, what did we start seeing a shift in? We started seeing a shift in less and less people going ahead and identify themselves as either a Democrat or a Republican, which means, what's that do? Well, it hurt the political parties. So we see people like myself that don't really consider themselves to be a Democrat, Republican, that are going to be what's called a no party affiliation. Now, what ends up happening is people like myself, what we do is what is called a cross-line voting, which means that we're going to vote based on our views on the candidate and not necessarily vote on them because they belong to a political party. Okay, everybody, that's it for now.